Can Wonder Woman save the DC Cinematic Universe? We shall see.
It is our sacred duty to defend the world. And it's what I'm going to do.
Wonder Woman is finally here. This is the fourth DCEU movie, and there is a ton of pressure on this movie because it is not an understatement to say that so far the DCEU movies have been a little bit mixed to poor, and DC fans are just craving for a truly great DC movie, and this might be it. Wonder Woman is directed by Patty Jenkins. She's a really good director. Her breakout was Monster a few years back. This stars Gal Gadot. We've seen her as Wonder Woman already in Batman v Superman. A lot of people, like myself, considered her to be the best part about Batman v Superman. Her and Batman were the best two parts. We also have Chris Pine in this. He plays Steve Trevor. And your basic story of this movie is Chris Pine is an English spy. He steals something from the Germans. He crashes on Paradise Island where there are a ton of Amazon warrior women. The main one being Gal Gadot. She plays Diana and she has an interesting past. Some things have been kept from her. Basically Zeus and Ares have a battle. Ares loses, goes into hiding, and these women are kind of just hanging out waiting for Ares to come back. When Steve Trevor comes and says, hey, there's a world war going on, Diana, she can't help herself. She wants to go fight. That is kind of the watered down version of this story. There is a lot of other things going on. And I'll go ahead and get this out of the way and say this is the best DCEU movie by far. It's not even close. This movie is really good. There are a lot of great things, and let's start with the good things. The direction here, fantastic. Patty Jenkins really knows how to take her time, tell a great story, give you characters that you actually care about, and also film great action, have a few witty moments, and just be a really cool movie. All the beginning part of the movie that takes place on Paradise Island, it's very interesting. It's really some of the better moments of the movie in my opinion, and it's beautiful there. Gal Gadot, another positive. She's fantastic in this movie. I liked her in Batman v Superman. She's even better here because she has way more screen time. The whole movie's about her, obviously. One of the best things I like about her character is when she goes to England and she goes to the outside world, she's, you know, a fish out of water, but her innocence and stuff that she displays is just perfect. She wants to believe in the goodness of man, and it's just, her character is just very interesting, very likable, and you can tell how much she changes from the beginning of this movie to the end, and you can understand more why she is the way she is in Batman v Superman. Chris Pine, also really, really good. I've always liked Chris Pine. He's really cool in this movie. He's just got really good timing, comedic timing. He is, you know, not too shabby himself when it comes to war and things. And his characters are just very interesting, and they have very good chemistry. Him and Wonder Woman have very good chemistry in this movie. Really wasn't expecting that. And there is some great character moments between them two. There's a lot of side characters. He has an assistant. You know, Diana has her mom and her aunt. They've got these war buddies that come with them that, you know, when they're going on their mission. And each of them are likable enough. The music's great. There are 3 big action pieces. I really did like them. There are great character moments and some good emotional moments, especially towards the end of the movie. One last good thing I want to talk about before I get into the negatives. This movie left me very optimistic for the future of Wonder Woman. I'm almost more interested in seeing another Wonder Woman or Wonder Woman in the Justice League than pretty much anything else in the DCEU, because her character is just so interesting, and I feel like they need to use her to push the DCEU forward, kind of like Captain America did. And now for the negatives. This movie is far from perfect. There are a few negatives. A few things really bugged me. One, it's a really long movie. It's 2.5 hours long. It does have some pacing issues. There are times when you're like, okay, come on, let's move this along. It's not as bad as you would think, though. There is a lot of slow-mo, and for some people that's going to be a huge turn-off, especially some of the fight scenes can look video gamey at times. I got used to it. It didn't bug me too much, but at times it felt a little overdone, like there was a little too much slow-mo. There are some CG and green screen issues at times. There was just certain scenes where I was like, oh, that looks really cheap. And probably the biggest flaw is the villains in this movie. There's actually 3 different villains, but they're all kind of weak. 2 of them you don't really get any backstory or anything on. They're just evil to be evil. One is kind of built up to be this crazy thing, but then he's really not that intimidating. Just the villains overall are very weak in this movie. They never really felt like much of a threat. Other than that, though, I enjoyed the movie. Like I said, it's the best movie in the DCEU by far. It was very entertaining. I'm going to give Wonder Woman a 4 out of 5. If you like this video, click that like button. Comment below if you want to talk to me about anything. Click the Rainy Cage button to subscribe and keep up to date with all my videos. And I'll leave you with a few of my most recent videos and some of these sweet, sweet dance moves. This is Rainy Cage. Peace out.